Hey, this your boy Hood. Check this out. Tell you a story. Tell you a story. A while back, I was talking to this here guy who had his own shop, right? Had his own barber shop. And I used to tell him, because he used to have folks come in there, and the guys used to be in there talking all kind of stuff about women, body parts, and how they done did women, and then they play all this here rap music with all the foul language in it. Then in the back they gamble and drink and all this stuff here, right? And it was a real nice place, but all these activities was going on, right? So I talked to him. I said, hey man, I think we have come to a relationship to where I can speak with you candidly, without you being offended. He said, yeah, bro. So I began to tell him, I said, you have a nice shop here. I said, but with all the dishonor towards women and children, with this foul music, with all the cussing in it, and then you have these guys coming here speaking all negative about women, body parts and things like that. I said that can be a real hindrance to your business excelling to a higher light, right? So he said yeah, think on it or whatever, right? Because I told him, when the women come in with their children, they have to listen to this type of degrading language towards women, and they have their kids here getting their kids' hair cut, and they have to listen to all this rap with foul language in it. And then in the back, got these guys back here gambling and drinking and smoking and all that. So long story done, he ended up losing his shop, right? But now there was another guy in there that was working for him. He overheard the conversation. So time passed by. He went and got his own shop, right? And what he did, he implemented what I was saying to the other guy. He implemented those things into his shop, and his shop began to thrive. The guy who had the first shop told me later on, years later, he said, man, I heard what you said, but it was, but I was off into my own thing, doing my own thing. And I told him, yeah, because you was doing what they was doing. So see, I was telling him, you allow that stuff in your shop because that's what you are about. It's just like in the church when you have these pastors who will allow these political officials to get in the pulpit to woo the members into voting for them, because the crooked greed schemes that the politicians own is the same crooked greed schemes that your pastors own, the pastor that allowed that. Just like you have a church where it's filled with all this homosexual activity, and it's not being confronted, and this stuff is going on for years and years and years. That's because is in the pastor. See, because whatever you allow in a place where you have complete authority over, that thing that you allow in there is in you. Watch this here. It don't even have to be that same spirit, but the spirit can connect. Such as, I said, just because you have a church that's filled with homosexuals and all this here, doesn't mean that the pastor is homosexual. But watch this now. They will allow the homosexuals and lesbians to lead praise and worship because they understand that this is what woo the people in. Because any pastor in his right mind, in his right godly mind, won't have that if you understand the spiritual sense of praise and worship. So they let these folks lead praise and worship to woo you in. Watch this here. So now the other spirit of greed and control connects to this here because the pastor said, you warm me in with the praise and worship, and I will deceive them with the word for their finances to keep control of their lives. See, whatever you allow in a place where you have authority and power, there's something in you that's connected to that demonic foolishness. So whether it's good or bad, you need to check where you are running things at and check it and see what spirits are in there, and you can be able to gauge. If you're doing it from a pure heart, you can be able to gauge what spirits are in you. It's your boy Hood, like spirits. I'm out. Peace.